Hi friends, and welcome back to our channel. So today I'm going to take you through our October budget. Couple of disclaimers here. First of all, apparently the day that I am filming this, everybody in my neighborhood is having their lawns mowed. So you're probably gonna hear a lawnmower in the background. I've been trying to film this all day and I can't because there's lawnmowers everywhere. Number two is this is another month where we do not have enough money in our budget. I will show it to you. We are kind of depending on some rollover from this month. As you'll see when I talk about my September budget, we actually had a little bit more income come in than we were anticipating, which is great. So we're trying to save every piece of it to roll it over to October, where our income will still continue to be lower than our bills. So gonna show you that. And then three is I am getting a new budgeting planner that I'm going to be using from the Budget Mom. It doesn't come until October though. So my first budgeting video in that will probably be either mid-October. Maybe I'll do an unboxing if you're interested, or my November budget. I'm not really sure when it'll be coming, and I'm gone the first 2 weeks of October. So with that, I'm gonna show you it here in my budget template, which you can get on my Etsy store. There's always a link down below if you'd like to get it. It's $5, great beginner budget. So I'll still be doing budget videos like this, but I am also going to start doing my budgeting in a planner. So without further ado, let's get into the budget. So as you can see, our budget right here for our income, I am blacking that out now. That is something, after Ben and I talked about it, which maybe he'll even talk about, I'm gonna be doing a video, I think it'll come out Friday, of what he thinks of our budgeting. But one of the things that he was really adamant about is that he didn't really want our exact incomes out on the internet. And I appreciate that. And I'm very public and open about how much I make, and I don't really care if people know, but for him, he does care, and that's okay. So with that, I'm only showing our total income. So our income includes his income, my side income, his side income, rollover, gifts, Etsy, all this kind of stuff. So, it's just currently how much money we're bringing in as a family that we know about. So with that, we're bringing in about $6,300. Fun fact, I got a raise. I'm still waiting to hear on a promotion that I personally think that I should get, but currently I did get a raise at my full-time job, which is great. I've been there just over a year now, and it's based on your year review, so they thought I was good enough to give me a raise, which is great. So I did get a little bit more money there, which is helpful since our other incomes have been cut a little bit. In the future, when I start making money with YouTube or with coaching, things like that, I might show you guys a little bit more in my business, because I don't mind showing you guys the money I'm bringing in, but I have to remember that I have a partner, and it's not up to me if he wants to show his money or not. With that, the income that we are working with in October that we know of is $6,300. So as always, our rent is $2,200. Our health insurance is $410. Our disability insurance is $10.27. Renter's insurance, $26.92. Canva, $12.95. Libsyn, $15. iCloud, $1. Email, $6. I am not planning any business expenses this month. Netflix, we still won't have to pay until November, thankfully. Our car insurance is $81. This may go down, but I'm just gonna budget $81 for right now. Our internet bill is $73, and our phone bill is $80. That's just my phone bill. Ben pays his own through his business. So with that, our total fixed expenses, prearranged expenses, are $2,916.14. That's 46.3% of our budget. From there, we'll move on to our debt. As you'll see, if you have recently watched my debt snowball video, which I will link down below if I can remember to, our total amount of debt that we pay every month has gone up. Cool story, bro. So that went up. Not super excited about that, but it went up because one of Ben's loans was in deferment and now we have to pay it. And then something else went up. One of our other payments went up. I don't remember exactly what it is. Some of these might be over exaggerated. Again, I would rather over exaggerate the number than under exaggerate. Can you under exaggerate? With that, couch payment $181.33. That did go up a little bit. We are almost done. Unfortunately, this is something that we didn't pay attention to, and interest was tacked onto this. So we did end up having to pay some interest on the couch, which is super annoying, but it happened. So with that, I'm hoping we can pay this off in the next 2 months, by the end of the year for sure. If we have any additional income come in, I'm just gonna throw it at this because this is ridiculous. But $181.33 is our payment, $200 for a personal loan, $110 for a credit card, $70 for a credit card, $62 for a credit card, $163 for a credit card, $225 for a credit card. A lot of credit cards. Ew. Then car loan, $300. My car loan is actually one of my favorite things to watch because when I pay my payment, quite a bit of it actually goes to the amount of the loan. So I feel like every time I make a payment, it like actually shows up. If you pay debt, you know what I'm talking about. So my car loan has a 3.29% interest, so the lowest amount of interest that I have on any of my debts. So when I pay it, it actually like, the amount actually like significantly goes down, which is amazing. So moving on, our student loans section is just down here. So we have a $60 Discover student loan payment, $200 Mohela. That's our first Mohela loan. Our second one, or our AES student loan is $128.97. Great Lakes $165.26. $319.24 for our second student loan. So as you can see, that is our debt. We're paying about $2,184.80 in our debt. That is 34.7% of our income. We are at, before we make these payments in October, we're at $129,000 of debt. And that actually might be different a little bit because we did have some interest tacked on to a couple of our debts, which is super annoying. Moving on, as you can see, if you've watched any of these before, I changed this bottom section up a little bit. I have not been like 100% loving this budget layout. So I just changed it up a little bit with variable expenses and sinking funds being separate. I was kind of connecting them before. So variable expenses, groceries, I budgeted $600. We'll see how September goes. We're like right around $600. It's not the end of September yet. We have like a week left. So I don't know for sure, but I'm hoping that we can stick to groceries around $600. I will be out of town for 2 weeks in October, which is great for a grocery budget, although Ben is the one that eats more food than me, so we'll see. But then I'll also be spending money while we're in California, which is a whole other story that I don't want to talk about right now. But with that, my grocery bill will probably start going up for me because I'm gonna have to go on another one of my diets for my chronic illness, which will be very much so plant and meat based, similar to a keto diet, but not the keto diet, just meaning I won't be eating grains, gluten, dairy, sugar, and a lot of other things. So alcohol, things like that. So I'll be eating a lot of meat, a lot of veggies, but with that, the meat needs to be grass-fed, needs to be organic, all that kind of stuff. So we'll see how October goes. Restaurants and coffee shops, I budgeted $0. You will see when we go through September that we did spend a little bit of money there, even though we were at $0. I'm still gonna keep it at $0, but we'll see. I budgeted $400 for medication and supplements in this month, September. Thankfully, I had a little bit of extra money that I was able to throw at this, but my supplements for October ended up being $400, just over $400. So I'm anticipating that it'll be about the same in October. Our household budget I put at $15. Ben's personal spending I put $30. Jesse's personal spending I put $30. Now, this is something I didn't talk about in my last budget. Maybe I'll talk about it in the September budget too, but basically last month Ben and I were just like, we have to figure out how to give ourselves a tiny bit of spending money for things like Ben gets a haircut every month, for things, which also reminds me I'm supposed to get my haircut in October. Oh man. So things like makeup, contacts, being able to like go out one day and buy myself a coffee, even though I probably wouldn't do that, but like giving myself absolutely no budget is like impossible. It's not impossible. As you'll see in September, I don't even think I spent my whole budget, but with that, it's just something that we decided to add in. You do you. This is what we decided. I don't really have anything else to say to that. I am budgeting $40 for therapy in October. So the reason for that is I will be out 2 weeks in October. So I will not be seeing my therapist, and we will not be seeing our couples therapist. So we spend about $20 a week on therapy. So last month we spent $80. I'm anticipating that we will spend half of that. So $40 is what I budgeted. $0 for the doctor. I don't have any intention of going to the doctor next month. Utilities, I am still budgeting $200. Train and parking had to go back up this month. I do have to go back to work in October. It's only for half the month, thankfully. So I might have even over budgeted this, but I do have to go back in October. Everybody keep your fingers crossed. I will be asking my boss to work remote full-time. And he will make that decision in October. I am getting a new boss, so I have to wait for his decision. So I'm hoping that in November I will be working remote full time, or at least most of the time. So yeah, hopefully that budget will be able to go down. But for now, $250, $150 in tolls and gas, and then $0 in miscellaneous buffer, giving us $1,715 in our variable expenses. Then moving on to sinking funds, I am not putting anything in sinking funds. I currently have Cora in sinking funds only because I do want to start putting more money into this, but for right now, I'm just putting the cost of her food in here. She does have a little bit of a balance left over from other months that I've paid a little bit extra. So for example, if her food is $50, which it won't be because her food's very expensive, I'll put the $20 into her sinking fund. So that's kind of where we're at. I am not putting any money into our, I can erase this, into our sinking funds this month, which kind of sucks. One cool thing you'll see is our emergency fund is at $1,409.56, which is amazing. Most of that is from amazing gifts from people for our wedding. So any of you that are watching this video, we appreciate any penny that you gave to us, because as you can see, that's very helpful. If it's our absolute last case scenario, but if, for example, as you can see at the end of the month, we are almost $600 in the hole. We don't have that. So if like absolute worst case scenario, we need to pull any money before like it goes on credit or something like that, we will pull from our emergency fund. I'm really hoping that we can like bump stuff up. We have some stuff in the works for October that I'm really hoping will bring in that money. We'll bring in even more money, and then we won't have to worry about that anymore. But for now, that is what we are anticipating. So yeah, moving on. Like I said, we're in the hole right now. I don't really want to look at that very much, but that is honestly where our budget is at for October. September went better than anticipated. you will see in my video, I think it'll go up next week. Like I said, it's not the end of September yet, so I haven't filmed the video or like ended our budget yet. But I will definitely show you guys how things went, what things looked like in September, and then you can kind of see that October actually ended up being the month that could be problematic. So maybe I freaked out a little bit too much in September when it was actually October that was going to be the freak out month, but I'm releasing this extreme limiting belief I have around money that I will not have enough of it. I'm not being stupid about it. I'm not going to go spend a bunch of money and do a bunch of stupid ass shit, even though I'd really love to buy myself some nice things. I'm not going to. But I'm also not going to put myself in a place of like pure panic and pure terror and pure like negativity that we're never going to have enough money. I know that this is a test. I know that this is something that we're going through right now. The first year of marriage is always difficult, and we have some really cool opportunities on the horizon. We just haven't hit them yet. So we're not being stupid about it. I'm not being like la la land up in the clouds about it, but I'm also refusing to be in a place of extreme lack and extreme hatred and extreme scarcity when it comes to money. I just can't be like that anymore, because I think that that's part of the reason that we're here in the first place. So if you're not into that woo woo shit, I'm sorry. Apologies for the swearing in this video too, but that's just where we're at. That's just what we're planning for right now. Obviously at the end of October, you'll see how things are going. Maybe I'll do like a mid-month check-in when I get my new budget planner, and then we can kind of go through things. That way you can see if we have any rollover that comes through that helps us a little bit with October. And then, yeah, that's kind of where things are at. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know down below if there's any other videos you'd like to see. If you're excited for the Budget Mom planner that I'm getting, specifically just to budgeting, I'm very interested in it, and I'm excited to do videos with that. So let me know down below if you have any tips, if you have any ideas for videos, all that kind of stuff, and thumbs up the video if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe. We are growing this little channel, and I'm so excited about it. So yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye.